Hello. In this lecture, we will see about end-to-end flow in IT industry, like how projects are built in real-world life in IT companies, which methodology they use. So one of the popular name is Agile. So we will see what is Agile and what are the methodologies that big tech and IT companies are following. Here, SDLC is one of the most important uh, what we can say. It's nothing but the software development life cycle. Whenever we are building any software development, we are doing any software development. So software development life cycle came into picture. It has saved so many phases. We need to follow that one. So let's talk about agile. What is agile? In SDLC, there are so many methods and approaches you need to follow. But IT companies mostly use agile methodology. So we what is agile methodology? Agile methodology is nothing but it's a iterative approach of software development approach. We can say that it's a time box based iterative approach of software development. So many of the IT companies use agile methodology for to build any project or we can say any develop product development. So there are also so many other models which is older now. Now these like I'm telling you the example like older models of software development, waterfall model, spiral model, and there are so many other older models which are not used by IT companies now. Agile in Agile there are also so many approaches like Scrum, Kanban, Scrum Ban. But Scrum, majority of the companies are just Scrum. So what happened in older models of software development like waterfall models, spiral model, the drawback is that if we need to build any feature, it takes a lot of time and customer cannot be wait for that time. But in Agile, it's a iterative, as I say that it is a iterative approach. So whenever any frequent requirement changes are occur, you can do it directly the without waiting of that much of time. So that is the difference between Agile and why Agile is so popular nowadays. I will and explain to you with one example. Suppose this is the time things. Okay. Suppose I have to in any company have 100 features. 100 features. Okay. If any company have 100 features and these 100 features amount this frame, this time frame to from this time frame. This is the 2 days day. I'm taking this property. 2 days. From this day to this day, you have to make some features. You have to make 100 features. This is printed. And total are 100 features. Amount then make we have to start with some 3 features. Okay. 3 features. 3 features we have to make in 2 weeks. Got it. So from this time to this time, we have some time limits. We have 100 features and amount them now in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we have to make 3 features. So these three features can have, and we have to make in these 2 weeks. Okay. So after that, after this three features, when three features are built in these 2 weeks, then after next week, team decide how many weeks, in how many weeks, in how many weeks we have to make which features. Okay, we have to make which features. Suppose this week, three features we have to make. We will have to make into weeks, and again another 5 features. Let's say you have to make in another 2 weeks. In such manner, each and every feature will be made by a team into such pages. This in this time period into that box. So let's discuss about when we are develop any feature. So how exactly different teams are working. So see, we have the first one is understanding the requirement. Understanding the requirement, that is requirement gathering. Understanding the requirement, like what's the requirement, what type of feature we have to make. It's all discussed by a team. Okay. The second one, the second phase, the second step, we can say clarification. Clarification. If anybody have any question, they can clarify it, like how we can, after understanding the requirement, what approach we can use, what are the clarification, like what are if anybody is nothing don't understand it, they can ask, they can clarify by the team, they can discuss with each other. The third one is high level design. They may, after discussing, they will high level design, and low level design. These are 2 type of designs. Low level design. And the fourth one is unit testing. After doing design, they do unit testing. They have to make, then developers are there. I'm just explaining you the flow, like the components or the peoples we need while developing any product. Then we have integration, like UI, that is user interface, and the backend interface. The integration will be done. Then after development of each feature, they need to deploy on AWS, right? So they need to deploy on AWS. Then after deploy on unit testing, we run unit test, we done, then integration testing we do. All the testers people came into this picture, as we can say that QA teams. That is quality assurance and testers came into the picture. So these are all the peoples and all the steps we can say you need to follow while creating any feature. And bug fixing, any issue is bug fixing. We can say in bug testing there are so many testing like load testing, video, and logic is suppose the 10,000 people uses this feature at the same time. So what happens? If the system crash, how it works? One security testing will do security testing of our feature. So all these steps we need to follow for creating each feature of the product. I hope you understand. And now with all the features we have to make in time frames. We can say on sprints. Different types of meetings are there. Meetings are arranged. The first one is requirement meeting. As I am explaining, requirement meeting is nothing but when we are the requirements. These are the requirements. The requirements. This we can gather in this type of requirement like what the requirements of the client. This all requirements we take from the tech team. Okay. The second meeting I'm going to explain to you as the second one is sprint. Sprint planning. In sprint planning is nothing but it happens from day one of the sprint. It happens from day one on the sprint. In that team decide how many features we have to make. Sprint is nothing but a time limit. As I said here, sprint is nothing but a time frame. In that time frame, how many features we have to make? How many features we have to make on particular time frame. That is nothing but a sprint. So this is sprint planning. Sprint planning. Team decide what we have to do. What are the features we need to make in that sprint. The third one meeting is the daily stand-up meetings. Okay. In daily stand-up meeting there is nothing but what daily stand-up is nothing but the daily meetings we can say. Whatever we have made, we need to share. This is a open to all call. Okay. Whatever we have made, what type of work we are currently doing, in which feature we are working on. If I am facing any issue, is there any issue related, any confusion are there? So whatever the problem we have to facing or we have to do, we need to share with that on day-to-day daily standard meetings. In them, we need to share current working of features and any issue you have any support you need. Equals. Okay. The fourth one is retrospective meeting. The fourth one is retrospective meetings. The retrospective meetings is nothing but learn from last. Okay. I'm writing here learn from last. If we made any mistakes, we need what we should not follow this mistake. We should not follow this mistake. So whatever I say that whatever the mistake we have done from the last meeting, we should not be do it again on the next sprint. So this is the retrospective meeting is nothing but learn from last. Okay. And this one is very short. Okay, so the fifth one is sprint review. Sprint review. And we also call as we can do a demo. Okay. Sprint demo we can see. Sprint review. In sprint review, whatever we develop, we need to share our screen with the client. Whatever we are building, that things this I'm making this feature like this is the database, all the connections, everything we need to show to the client, and the client check that is it their requirement or not. So whatever the feature, whatever we made, we need to share with all of the team and the clients. It's a control all for need. So this is the agile methodology works. Every steps we need to follow in every sprint to then make to develop any product. And briefly explain once, like step number one, like how agile works. Step number one is to requirement gathering. We will take all the requirements from our team. Step number two is that the requirement discussed with the entire team. The third step number three is if team face any issue and if they have some clarification, if they need some clarification, they will discuss on it. Step number four is that from day one of sprint, team discuss how many features we should have to make, in which sprint, in how many weeks we have to finish all. So all these things we need to discuss in that. Step number six is then still team started working on these features. Step number seven is that after working on this, team daily connect with each other on daily minutes, and as I say that it's called as meeting stand-ups. If any supports, if any developer and anybody is needed any support, any issue, then they will discuss on it. Step number six is after finishing all the feature, they will give demo. As I said, that is sprint review we can say. The meeting name is sprint review. And the step number seven is the retrospective meeting. That is whatever we done any mistake in this sprint, we should not do this on the next sprint. So learn from the last. Nothing of the retrospective meeting. This is all about agile methodology.